Comparison is a very interesting thing. We live in a world where we're constantly comparing ourselves in regards to how we look, how we act, how we feel, how much money we're making, what kind of job title we have. We're constantly comparing ourselves with those around us. And in a lot of ways, it's preventing us from becoming the person that we truly want to become. And I know that because I compared myself to lots of people for years. And I still struggle with it. I still go through different mindset things that are maybe preventing me from becoming the person that I want to. But quickly I identify those things so that I can change and adapt in a way that I can be more influential and more connected with those around me. Instead of comparing myself just to know if I'm better or not. That's not a great way to develop a relationship, and so I want to help you gain the traction that you need in order to stop comparing yourself, because this is all about beginning with you. And ask yourself, is comparison helping me? Is it doing anything for me to accomplish the goals and the dreams that I want to? And I guarantee you, you're going to answer that question that it's not. It's not helping you in any way, shape, or form. So I want to talk about a couple different things that are actually a stumbling block in regards to comparison. And I want to strive my hardest to convince you to stop comparing, to stop sizing yourself up next to the next person next to you, because it most likely is completely inaccurate. And the first thing, there's going to be four things I'm going to talk about. The first thing is going to be, what is the truth? What is truth? And that is going to help you identify exactly what you can hone in on those moments that you feel like comparing, because you can know your specific truth. Second thing is inaccurate progress. When we are comparing ourselves to someone else, we're inaccurately comparing ourselves to the progress that we have in our own personal life, because we are not the same person versus someone else. So I'm a different influencer than someone else is. I do videos differently. I do my conversations differently. I do my slides differently. So it's not fair for me to compare myself with someone else in regards to that. The third thing is perfectionism. Perfectionism is a crippling thing that does not allow you to focus on right now. Because perfectionism is something that I strive for on a regular basis. I am constantly trying to be perfect. But in incremental things, I'm not saying, okay, in life as a whole, I'm going to be perfect, because I know that's not true. I know I can't do that. But I can be perfect today in how I send my emails. I can be perfect today in how I show love to my companion. I can do those things. But I have to have some intention behind it to be purposeful that way. The fourth thing is relationships and how comparison impacts relationships. So let's walk through each one of these. And we're going to start with the truth. What is your truth? And are you living the truth of who you are? We just talked about confidence. Knowing who you are is going to allow you to prevent this comparison on a regular basis. We live in a world that is bombarded with comparisons. Social media does this on a regular basis. You scroll and double tap on the things that you want to maybe be like, or the things that you wish you could be like. You think that it's just completely out of reach to accomplish that. Refer back to the three words that identify who you are. These are your clarity words. My words are love, command, and honor. By me reminding myself 3 times a day through an alarm on my phone, it helps me to stay focused on what is most important. It helps me to identify what I connect with and stop comparing myself. Also, personally versus facade. Lots of times we live in a world, or we share things that are not truly us. You may walk into a room and their voices may be higher and they may be more excited, but in all actuality, they're miserable people. Share your true face. Be true. Be who you are, because there will be people in your life that will support you in good or bad. Now, the people that are not going to support you, you don't have to be around them. If they're not going to add value to your life as you're trying to give value to theirs, then it's not a great relationship to be in. And so stop living a facade, stop living this fake face or life that is taking you nowhere because you want to be like someone else. You're comparing yourself. I need to be happy like this person. I'm just going to fake it until I become happy. Create the happiness in your life and it'll happen. And then also begin with asking. Use your reference PDF to ask your closest friends questions. So there's a PDF that there's going to be some questions in it that you can ask your closest friends, these details around what is your truth. Ask them straight up. Just give and ask for true, honest answers back, because that's going to make a huge difference for you. Now the second thing is inaccurate progress. And inaccurate progress, and you'll notice as you compare yourself to what others present to the world, you become unclear about what is real. Now, social media presents an image of flawless bodies and lives, which only provides you an inaccurate goal to drive towards. You know, social media and magazines and all these different things in regards to the way a body looks uses Photoshop, and they slim and they tuck and they all do all these different things. It's not accurate. It's inaccurate to strive and push forward towards that type of appearance. What is your truth? What is the best version of you, and be satisfied with that. Be okay with that, because you're going to be able to give and have better relationships because of that. So stop comparing yourself to that inaccuracy that is presented through media or even through the fake facades that people put on a regular basis. And perfectionism. You become a people pleaser with perfectionism because you feel like you have to do what they ask you to do in order to be happy. That's just, it's not going to give you the progress and the growth and the leveling up that you want. Discontent fuels criticism. So when we're not content with the way that we're acting right now, we're overly critical of ourselves, and it causes us this degrading feeling that is constantly going on. And goals never are done. So what I mean by that is, I will set a goal today, but that goal is ultimately striving towards a larger goal. They're incremental things. And so when I finish that goal, guess what? I'm still striving towards something, so it's never done. The work is never done. And so saying that you have to be perfect is just so inaccurate, and it's not fair to yourself on a regular basis. So focus in on you by eliminating this. And psychological malfunction. Actually, science has proven that there is psychological malfunction that occurs when we are constantly striving for perfectionism. We're constantly comparing ourselves to be perfect like that picture. But guess what? They crop the picture to show this perfect little world. On the other side, it's crazy kids yelling and screaming at mom, but mom's smiling. Or dad is smiling, making you think that their life is absolutely perfect. Remember, perfectionism is about you becoming the best version of you. And then comparison does cause disconnect in relationships. It creates rivals. I see this in sports all the time, where sports teams are comparing themselves to one another, and they create a rivalry around that, saying, oh, my school's better than your school, and therefore my football team's better than your football team. It's not true. The schools are both providing similar educations. They're both ranked in the country for what they're trying to strive for. But we're constantly comparing ourselves, saying we're better or you're worse. It's for pride purposes, to lift yourself up at a higher level. And be excited for victories. Be excited when your rival wins. Congratulate them for their hard work and their success. The relationships you have with others is built upon what you say and do. Be the catalyst for positivity and growth, and you'll gain a lot more traction in your life. So just to review, we talked about what is your truth, inaccurate progress, perfectionism, and relationships, and these things are all impacted by this over comparison in life. And make sure you use this reference, the downloadable reference, to refer back to comparison and being able to eliminate those things and gaining more focus and more traction to transform your life into the person that you want to become and double your success this year.